Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be tackling the myth about whether all the AIs at the beginning of the mission Pillar of Autumn are really invincible or not. So I was browsing through the Halo Wiki and Halopedia recently, just looking at some interesting facts, and I came across an old, myth or legend that all the AIs during this part are invincible. So we're going to put that to the test and see if that's actually true. So right off the bat, the guy that trains us is already killable, but that makes sense because he dies from an explosion later. So what about the rest of the AIs here? Well, we do see some that die from explosions, but those are more or less scripted to die because they're kind of placed there and it's pretty consistent. But what about all the other ones that don't die from explosions? Well, it does seem to be true that some of them are invincible, like this one right here. I've already shot him a lot, and he's totally fine. But then this guy here only takes a few shots and he dies. So it would seem that not everything is invincible, and I'll explain under what cases they will be invincible, which is actually kind of consistent with the theory that's presented on the Halopedia page about this. But anyways, one interesting thing is that once the blast doors close, if you actually go through them again, the Covenant AIs are still there, and they are also invincible. However, they just stand there. They really don't react to you. You could punch them and shoot them a lot, but they won't do anything. They'll make sounds and screams of pain and stuff, but they just won't react. They're completely dead, I guess, as far as their AI goes. But that's a little interesting thing that happens behind the scenes, I guess, once those blast doors close. But anyways, let's move on and see all the other AIs we encounter, because we do encounter quite a few UNSC and Covenant AIs as we play through this part of the mission. So now here we see a bunch of grunts and crew members fighting each other. And you see them shooting each other, and some of them are getting hurt. But if you watch more closely, none of them actually die. All the grunts, all the elites are truly invincible at this part too. Same with the crew members back there shooting. They are all really invincible. And then, as you can see, once again, when the door closes, the AIs just stop. They will attack you and everything up until then, which I guess it's just what they're programmed to do once the door closes, just stop, because they're not needed anymore. But I'm kind of surprised that they're not despawned entirely once the door closes. But yeah, so all these crew members here are invincible as well. So far, basically, that myth is a somewhat true kind of myth. So how you can tell a certain AI is invincible is basically whether or not they are holding a weapon. If they're not holding a weapon, then they can be killed. Or if they're not scripted to die either, then they can definitely be killed. And if you were to somehow save the ones that are scripted to die, then they can definitely still be killed. But all the ones that are holding weapons, including all the Covenant ones that are holding weapons, which is all of them, they are all invincible. Only the crew members that have no weapons are not invincible. So the theory presented on the Halopedia page is that they're probably made invincible so that you can't get a weapon during this part of the mission. The only reason why I have a weapon right now is because I modded my character to spawn with a weapon as soon as I exit the cryopod. But other than that, they are made invincible so that in case they do die from the Covenant or explosions, you can't pick up their guns. Because I guess they don't want you to screw around much too early before you learn how to use weapons yet. I guess it's part of the tutorial process. But and maybe they don't want you killing all the friendlies, especially Captain Keys, because that would kind of screw the game up a little bit, I guess. Well, actually, it doesn't really screw the game up, but I guess they didn't want you to mess around with that this early in the game. So that could be one of the reasons why they made sure all the AIs, whether it's Covenant or UNSC, to be unkillable, unless they're weaponless. So the AIs that get spawned without weapons, I guess they drew the short straw in this case. But yeah, and it's the same with all the crew members here on the bridge. since they're all weaponless, so they can all be killed. Although some of them, when you kill them, they do die, but they stay in their seats. They're kind of like locked in place and are still animated, but they your reticle no longer turns red when you point at them. And I'm guessing they have like more important roles for the cutscenes, and that's why they're not killed, I guess, in that way. But I have no idea why some of them can be killed completely and can't. But anyways, yeah, that's basically all of them. And you've noticed that like once I killed several of them, they've all turned against me. And afterwards, even Captain Keyes is like angry at me and will show up as red. But the Johnson, all the Marines, they will not come to kill me though, despite being angry at me. So that's, I guess, one way to get all the Marines to turn against you for the whole mission without them, you know, closing the door here and preventing you from escaping. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is that myth tackled, which is it's partially true. Most of the AIs are actually invincible during this part of the mission. However, the ones that don't hold weapons are not invincible, unfortunately for them. But yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you found it to be interesting, then make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, anything else for me to check out or test, any myths you want me to tackle, just let me know and I'll do my best to look into it. But other than that, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!